It was also the day that the then San Diego Chargers hosted a playoff game against the New York Jets. And we had a room right off the red carpet. It was in between our shows. We didn't actually have to work during the time of the game. So I'm watching the game with the biggest then San Diego Charger fan that I knew in my life, about 5 yards away from the Golden Globe red carpet. Drew Barrymore, Rosario Dawson, J-Lo, everybody's walking the carpet. Bradley Cooper, it's pouring rain. Everyone stops what they're doing on the carpet because inside that hotel room where I was watching the game, a table was flipped over because the biggest then San Diego Charger fan in the entire world was watching his team lose a playoff game to the New York Jets, and now that San Diego Charger fan joins the show. Selema Masekela. Do you remember tipping over a table at the Golden Globes when the Bolts lost a home playoff game?
Oh my God, dude! Oh, I hate you so much. Yes, I do. I do remember. As soon as you said Golden Globes, I was like, "He's setting me up.
Yep.
He's setting me up right now."
That was always the thing on Golden Globe Day, was trying to find the windows to watch the football games.
I remember not realizing how close we were, and the cameraman. We were behind the cameraman, and everybody stopping and looking at us, and then the red carpet stopping. But you know, fandom. What are you going to do?
Oh, don't pay any attention. He's just a fan of Phillip Rivers. Don't pay any attention over here. Selema, fresh off the plane from Japan, a little jet lag still. What was it like to be a part of these Olympics?
You know, it was different. You know, in my 20 some odd years of covering big sports events, nothing ever quite felt like this. Like, you go over there with the excitement of, like, I'm going to do another Olympics. You know, I got to do the Winter Olympics in Sochi in 2014. But then you get there and you're really it was a true Olympic bubble, especially for the first 2 weeks. You know, you're limited strictly to your venue and your hotel. But I was really impressed with the setup, with what NBC did to make it safe for us to work. And then the athletes, you know, it was that the athletes were still able to find what they needed to perform under very muted circumstances. Like, you'd walk into a venue excited, like, okay, I'm at boxing today, or I'm at weightlifting, or I'm at surfing. And then it was just sort of like, it was like an empty room. You know, they're there to perform. But what you get from, like, the international fandom and that collective energy was gone from every room, and it was different. It was strange, but overall I enjoyed it.
My dear friend and brother Selema Masekela joining the show right now. A huge Olympics for action sports. I love seeing the skateboarding this year. Walk me through what happened and how it's going to impact the sport moving forward.
You know, it was massive for skateboarding street and for park to finally make their way into the Olympics. I don't think the IOC they're not dummies. They know where the youth are, and more kids are skateboarding than any other sport on earth. It's truly an international sport, and you saw that in the field. You saw that in the medal count. And I think people were really blown away by the camaraderie amongst skateboarders, even though that they were competing against each other, representing different countries. No matter who won, there was this shared feeling amongst all the skateboarders that skateboarding won. And that was really cool to watch, you know, especially to see women skateboarding in street and park. I just thought about all the little girls that got to be inspired by Sky Brown. I had a friend who sent me a video of his 4-year-old daughter in her helmet and pads and skateboard watching Sky Brown compete and win gold. And he's like, all she talks about is wanting to be a skateboarder now. So I think it was huge for skateboarding. I think in other countries that have been slow to embrace skateboarding and have treated skateboarding in a way that's criminal, you'll start to see investment in skate parks being built, and, you know, different countries realizing, like, oh, we can send athletes to the Olympics in skateboarding. So it was a huge shot in the arm for the culture, and I was really, really proud to watch.
No, well said, dude. And you're right. Skateboarding has really gone global. In fact, the new Boston Celtics point guard, Dennis Schroeder, big skateboarder over there, right, Brockman? Guy's really good with an ollie and a kickflip. Dennis Schroeder. So I'm on a skateboard.
I hate you, Ben Lyons.
Selema, you've covered a lot of.
Why are you trying to put your hand in Dennis Schroeder's bag like that, Ben?
He did a good enough job on his own messing up his bag. He doesn't need my help at all, dude. You've covered a lot of big sporting events. You got to cover a World Cup in South Africa, now an Olympic Games, done the X Games for so many years. A lot of the fun stuff you get to cover with Red Bull. Just the idea of these world sporting events, these gathering places of culture and sports. What's it like for you to have a front row seat?
Man, it's crazy. You know, when I think about like the fact that I was there when Tony Hawk did the 900. I was standing on the vert ramp, or Travis Pastrana's double backflip. But I was also in Houston as a sideline reporter opposite Michelle Tafoya when Yao Ming and Shaq went against each other in their first game, and it was treated like a championship game. You know, to getting to be on the side of mountains for Travis Rice's supernatural snowboarding event. I'm lucky. You know, I trip out all the time that somehow or another someone got convinced that my rabid enthusiasm as a fan for wanting to see people perform at the highest level in any sport translated to me being able to be a storyteller. So I'm here for it. I just feel really, really, really lucky to still be associated with it, and to be able to have that capped off with another Olympics. Somebody pinch me, bro.
Let's also not downplay you did Kim Kardashian's first television interview. Joined now by Action Sports host Selema Masekela here on the Rich Eisen Show.
Wait, is that true?
Filling in for Rich. You didn't know that about the big guy?
No, is that true?
If you're gonna call that out, say what it was. I did the interview where Kim Kardashian broke the story herself that there was actually a sex tape.
Whoa!
So that you know, like give me my credit, bro. It was history making.
Iconic stuff, television moments. You've touched a lot of them over the years.
So you're the one to blame.
So you're the one. We found the guy to blame for all this. Yes.
I'm responsible for all of it.
I mean, I hope Ryan Seacrest cuts you a check each month.
You know, sadly, knowing Ryan, he does not. And Sal will be the first to test. Let's continue talking about you flipping tables for your favorite teams. You're a Clippers fan. What's that been like the last couple of years?
Man, I mean, I think that when it comes to team sports, I'm addicted to mediocrity. Like I have a deep allergy to greatness. It's some sort of karma that I'm blessed with. So, yeah, I mean, I was one of those people in the Elton Brand Q Rich days. You know, I was there almost every home game, thinking that we were a thing, and then realizing that we were really an exciting layup drill squad at best. But you know, being a Clipper fan now, I know what to expect. I can get excited, and then I know that when the playoffs come, that the exit is nigh, and I'm okay with it.
Are you going to be okay when you see me in real life wearing a purple and gold Carmelo Anthony jersey? How's that going to sit with you?
I'll be fine with it, you know, because you're a bandwagoner.
What? Get out of here. Unlike you with a deep allergy to greatness, I have an affinity for it. I seek it out. And so I celebrate greatness. Carmelo winning a title in Los Angeles. Will you be at the parade? Will you be at the Laker parade when Melo wins a title?
Listen, this sequel of Uncle Drew will be very entertaining.
You've inspired me so much throughout my career, Sal, in our friendship. And Brockman over here is being inspired by you. When you said deep allergy to greatness, he wrote that down. That might be his fantasy team name this year.
Yeah, so Sal, one of our bits is whenever just something funny as a phrase gets said by either Rich or one of us or one of our guests, I just write it down, so I have like notebooks full of those for potential fantasy names.
That's awesome. I think that's a great fantasy team name. You should run with it, and if you do win your league, I'll be expecting my 10%.
Selema Masekela joining the show, action sports commentator, musician. Be sure to check out the Alakazam album. And I want you to talk a little bit right now, buddy, about your organization Stoked that you helped co-found. It's an amazing group of guys and what they're able to do, taking kids from at-risk youth situations, with tough homes, tough backgrounds, taking them out to experience the world through action sports. What's the latest with Stoked?
Thank you, my friend. We are a mentoring organization celebrating our 15th year, based in New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. And we basically use the principles of action sports, skateboarding, snowboarding, and surfing to teach kids how to fall down and get back up, negotiate new environments and surroundings, and in turn use those principles to make decisions for themselves and really find out the totality of who they can become as human beings. We do mentorship programs. We do internship now. We teach kids to brand build, and it's been an incredible 15 years run. We just signed Vans as our title partner for the next 2 years, which is really exciting, as well as Woodward Camps, giving our kids scholarships to Woodward Camps in the summer and winter. And it's been fun, man. It's been fun to take something that, surfing and snowboarding and skateboarding are my passion. I don't just talk about them, I live them. And it's just been really great to be able to take this thing that's given me so much and help kids get an opportunity to find out what they're really, really capable of.
The organization is Stoked. The man is Selema Masekela. From hosting my birthday party in Vegas with a Korean pop star named Boa to hosting the Olympics, you've come so far, big guy. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, Ben Lyons, keeper of all of the receipts. My brother, I will see you on the golf course tomorrow.
Now it's official. It's happening. I was going to ask you if you're going to make that 2:00 tee time. I don't believe it till I see you on the tee, but it's happening. I love it.
I'm in. I'm bringing 24 balls, and if I leave with 6, it's a good day.
Dude, I appreciate you. I love you. Thanks for making some time for us. Welcome home.
Love you, man. Take care. Thanks for having me, everybody.
Selema Masekela joining the show, fresh from the Olympics.
That's funny.
Going to make the tea time tomorrow. That's the big rubber. That's the news. That's the breaking news. Whoa, really? Going to show up? I love it.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.